Brothers and sisters of the North Carolina Annual Conference, my name is Reverend Larry Chandler of the Cherokee Nation, and through my wife I represent the Lumbee tribe also. I bring you greetings in the name of Jesus Christ, and from the hymn, Blessed Be the Tie That Binds. I was born and raised in the mountains of Rockbridge in Augusta County, Virginia. Some folks call this area the breadbasket of the Confederacy. This area is rich in the stories and the histories of Robert E. Lee and Stonewall Jackson, and of the battles that were fought in the gaps of the mountains where the Union troops sought to gain access into the Shenandoah Valley. This beautiful valley, where thousands journey every year to see the mountain overlooks, the fall colors, the rivers, also holds sad stories of people who often struggled and failed to see how they could be blessed by the ties that bind us in Jesus Christ. On the eastern side of the valley lies the Blue Ridge Parkway, where many mountain folk gave up their homes to make way for the building of the Blue Ridge Parkway in the Shenandoah National Park. Many mountain people did not take kindly to the Flatlanders or the Valley folk. Their cultural differences were often painful. And on the left side of the valley lies the Allegheny Mountains, in which divided the families of Virginia and West Virginia. West Virginia would secede in the Civil War, and brothers would be fighting against brothers, and it set families against families. Mountain feuds generally do not have a habit of dying early, nor easy. And I would find out early in life that there were racial undertones embedded in nearly every branch of my family. My mother was of Irish and Swedish heritage, and my father from German and Cherokee. And I would find out later why my father never really wanted to talk about his Native American heritage. I remember hearing the stories of the census workers who labeled the Native Americans as people of color. I remember the statements when we grew up that you were either white or you were colored. That often led to feelings of bitterness between the different branches of my family. Later in my life, I would move to North Carolina and eventually meet my wife, Beverly, a Lumbee from Robertson County. Unlike my native land, here the races were more equally divided and worked together in a way that I had never saw in my early life. But like my own history, things on the surface did not always reflect all that was underneath. Something was about to happen that would not only change my life forever, but it gave me a whole new perspective on life. I gave my life to Jesus Christ and soon began attending Sandy Plains United Methodist Church, which, by the way, at the time was pastored by a Korean pastor, Kong Nam-kun. Here I was in a Native American congregation led by a Korean pastor during February, African American History Month, and Kong is preaching, and I have a dream sermon. Wow. I was finally in a place where I could embrace my own Native American heritage and all the others of me too. And I remember Kong and the other members of the church as we fellowshiped and being molded together in the likeness of Christ. And later I would answer the call to ministry, and with the help of your contribution to the Native American Ministry Sunday offering, I was able to go to seminary at Duke and later become an elder of this wonderful conference. Through the years now, there's one thing that still swells my heart to busting, and that is when we sing at conference the hymn, Blessed Be the tie that binds. It is through Jesus Christ that we are bound together. It's through Christ that we are healed of all that separates us. And every now and then now I go home to the mountain to preach and to do funerals. And every once in a while I too pull off on an overlook and think about the struggles that once occurred to bring this about. And then I speak to family and others. I make sure I talk to them about healing in the name of Jesus Christ. So now maybe when we sing that song again, blessed be the tie that binds, may God bless you each and every one in the name of Christ. Amen.
Thank you.
Good morning, brothers and sisters. My name is Prentice Harris, and I am proud to be a part of the Lumbee tribe from the Prospect community. I currently serve the pastor of Sandy Plains of United Methodist Church. Throughout the Lumbee communities, as you were growing up, the elders of the communities would always tell you that education was the way out. There had to be someone important. And so I knew from an early age that I wanted to do something in the medical field. It was in high school where I wanted to become a pharmacist. I knew that I was not the best athlete in my school, and thus education was going to be my way out of Robeson County. Descartes once said, "It is not enough to have a good mind. The main thing is to use it well." I had to use my mind well to become successful. For many natives, education is their way out of the environment. Education had to become an instrument of healing. For me, education was to get out of the hard manual labor of construction work that my father did. As I was pursuing my undergraduate degree at UNCP, I received my call into the ministry. And from that moment on, my pastor, Reverend Dr. Kenneth Locklear, mentored me to attend Duke Divinity to receive my Master's of Divinity. Knowing how expensive Duke was, I knew I could not afford this school. And so thankfully, our United Methodist Church has a scholarship for natives who are attending seminary. I was a recipient of the Native American Seminary Award, which allowed me to pursue my master's at Duke. Through your giving to the Native American Ministry Sundays, I was able to graduate from Duke Divinity in 2013. Receiving these monies from the scholarship is an outcome of the healing that has taken place between our Methodist Church and the Native people. And I am thankful for that healing and that generosity. Due to your generosity, I have the great honor to be the pastor of Sandy Plains, where our lay leader, Mr. Gary Locklear, attends, our new director of Connection with Ministry, Mr. Steve Taylor, attends, the leadership team coordinator, Reverend Terry Hunt, attends, and the coordinator of Native American Cooperative Ministry, Pamela Baker, attends. Thus, I need your prayers. Before I close, I want to remind you of our challenge for this annual conference. Every church shall celebrate a Native American Ministry Sunday and develop partnership with the tribal leaders within the bounds of the annual conference. Every church shall have a Native American representative who is a voting member of the church council. And finally, every church shall commit to utilize the Committee on Native American Ministries online resources, which you find on the online website there before you. Thank you.
Trey is in our prayers for sure.